An exclusive production of the West Windsor Plainsboro Advanced Broadcasting Program, you're watching WWPH TV. It's time for your hometown quiz on WWPH TV. First question, what major farming invention is Plainsboro famous for? Second question, which West Windsor landmark is historic in science fiction? Third question, what MTV show followed the lives of 3 high school North students? And final question, what's the name of the famous actor who once attended high school Sal? The answer to the first question is the rotolactor, an agricultural system created right here at Walker Gordon Farms. The answer to the second question is the Martian landing site, based off of Orson Welles' famous radio broadcast War of the Worlds. The answer to the third question is True Life, a famous MTV reality show. And the answer to the final question is actor Ethan Hawke, who attended WWP South in his early years of high school. This has been your hometown quiz on WWPH TV.
Hello, I'm Evan Weston, and this is the Truth Serum. Today we take a look at a local township that is continually ranked among the nation's best, West Windsor. In 2005, Money Magazine rated West Windsor one of the best places to live in the United States for its educational system, financial stability, and quality of life. Subsequently, AOL and Neighborhood Scout have said the township is an ideal neighborhood to raise kids. WWPH TV reporter Jesse Yu gives us a closer look at the West Windsor Township and what makes it the successful suburb people think it is.
West Windsor, a small suburban town located in central Jersey, just half an hour from Trenton. Geographically, you likely won't find the town on any map of the United States, but when it comes to money and raising children, it ranks above major cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Dallas.
West Windsor has an impressive nationally recognized resume. AOL listed as the #1 neighborhood in which to raise children, and Forbes magazine rated the 15th most affluent town in America.
A drive around the community reveals million-dollar homes, luxurious European cars, and a church that is valued at over $3 million. The town is a hidden treasure chest full of unique features rarely found across the nation. Longtime Mayor Shing Fouché says the riches of the community go far beyond mere wealth.
If you go to West Windsor Community Park, you can see almost all kind of sports facilities there. So you got environmental quality, and you have recreational opportunities, and then you have a good financial and a strong financial basis. I think all of these are the reasons why this is the best place to raise kids. You know, it's not just in New Jersey, it's the whole nation. Location, location, location. And we have the train stations that goes to Boston and goes to Washington, D.C., almost the same distance. And you have Amtrak service. And then between New York City and Philadelphia, again, it's almost the same distance. Well, where you can get a place like this?
The foundation to the town's success is the group of citizens that populate it. The people are among the elite in their occupations, making the town's whopping median income over $134,000. Mayor Shea says residents are well informed and active in the decision-making process.
I have to say we do have a very high educated, this is a very highly educated community. Most of the residents, voters, they make their decisions based on a lot of real understanding and analysis. Unlike many other towns, they can do whatever. But in this town, you can look at how people voted. Like when people say, "Oh, I'm going to cut your property taxes," most of the time they will get excited and then, "Oh, that's a good idea." But in West Windsor, people sit down and then figure that out. Just promise that is not enough. How are you going to do that? That's the issue.
Even in the 2008 global recession, West Windsor still emerged with only the slightest bruises. The town holds a AAA rank, putting it at the top in financial stability.
West Windsor last year, despite the economic downturns, West Windsor's property tax collection rate, 99.3%. So that itself make it easier for township to do things. Instead of, some of the towns you have 10% of the people, they don't pay property taxes, so maybe you have to really push them to pay for it, and then you have to fine them. But in West Windsor, the collection rate is incredible.
Location, recreational facilities, and the train station are not the only qualities that bring such renowned citizens to West Windsor. 30% of its population is under 18, meaning perhaps the most distinguished ingredient to this town is the school district. The West Windsor Plainsboro School District boasts a Blue Ribbon High School, some of New Jersey's highest test scores, and lavish extracurricular facilities. It's home to nearly 10,000 students. Superintendent Victoria Newell says people move into the town for the schools.
The parents who choose this district care very much about education. They've supported school budgets. They are very proud. Our community is very proud of our schools. So when you have that pride, when you have that interest, when you made a conscious decision to move here, you're very invested.
West Windsor's history shows a perfect collision occurred in order for the town to have such great qualities. When the town started to become populated, the people arrived with high expectations for education. Research centers and universities like Princeton, Rutgers, and Rider are what attracted the erudite population. Newell says that emphasis on education remains today.
It takes a community. It takes a community for success. And if you look at districts who are not successful, it's that the community is not involved. And I use the term community broadly, because it's the community certainly that votes on the budgets, the community that makes sure their children are in school, makes sure that their children are fed well and rested and ready for learning. That's what it takes, and the teachers who are ready to accept those kids, and the teachers who are ready to see where the students are at to take them to the next level.
The affluent community provides 80% of the annual budget for the school district. In return, the people expect excellence.
Well, a wealthier community certainly has a value on high quality teaching, so would look to make sure that teachers are compensated in a way that the community feels is fair and also sustainable.
In order for a town to have such success in its educational system, it is important for the community to get involved. The school board members are men and women who volunteer to contribute to the success of the district.
I think we are very unique because of our sustained attention to excellence, our sustained attention to continual growth. Also, when I was hired, there were 6 PhDs on the Board of Education. I can't imagine that happens many other places in the world or in the country. So I think that attention to excellence, to academia, to learning, to lifelong learning, to success, make us very unique.
And that uniqueness is what makes West Windsor AOL's #1 neighborhood in which to raise children. With a multitude of attributes and with education as the centerpiece of the community, no wonder the town attracts so many people. So, if you're looking to move in, you better move now.
West Windsor has a lot of potentials to be not only the best in New Jersey, but probably the best in the whole United States.
This has been Jess Yu for WWPH TV.
Although 107.9 FM is based in Princeton Junction, New Jersey, its unique student diversity broadcasts voices from around the world. From the latest in local news to international current events, the Great 108 keeps the world up to date. All from right here at home. So tune in to the home of the pirate and the knight. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Welcome back to The Truth Serum on WWPH TV. In recent years, scientists and researchers around the world have been putting increased focus on teenage nutrition. Because adolescence is a stage where lifelong eating habits are developed and a teen's metabolic rate is at its peak, nutritionists are pushing for proper diets to maintain enduring healthy lifestyles. In the world of high school, where student schedules are both mentally and physically draining, the need to eat breakfast has become even more vital to the teenager's health. WWPH TV reporter Stephen Conowitz explores the daily breakfast options at High School North.
When students walk into study hall at 7:40 in the morning, some don't immediately sit down and begin working. They head straight for the cafeteria. No, they aren't getting the early bird lunch special. They're getting breakfast. Why is school breakfast so popular among West Windsor Plainsboro High School North students? In order to discover the role breakfast plays at North, it is important to understand how it started. Rick Fleischer has worked in the WWP district for several years on the North staff. Fleischer says the original menu has changed a little bit.
We had less of the selection then. We don't even have perhaps cold cereal and bagels. Now you'll see we have baked goods, we have breakfast sandwiches, we have waffles, more of a selection of condiments to go with the bagels.
The items available have a wide variety from warm items like scones to easily prepared items like cereal. Unlike the baked goods that are prepared in the kitchen, the sandwiches are made right on the grill in the cafeteria. Most of the items are prepared by the staff, but students have the opportunity to add their own touch to their meals. Study hall supervisor Devin Husong says he thinks students enjoy the waffles because they cook them themselves.
They go in, they pour the batter in there, they create the waffle, and there's a delicate art to making a good Belgian waffle. You know, there's a certain time. I've heard that certain ones, I think there's two of them, one is better than the other. I've seen kids come out with brown, I've seen kids come out with, white ones. You gotta practice to get the perfect Belgian waffle.
Husong says some of the other sweets in the cafeteria are also delicious. His personal favorite is the apple turnover.
I don't know what they put in that apple turnover, but it's addictive. You get one and then you go back, you get another one, and before long, you've wolfed down 4 or 5 of those things.
Students don't only get the food because of its taste. The school breakfast is also convenient. Kids who are in a rush and don't have time to get a morning meal can use school breakfast as an energizer. Husong says he didn't have school breakfast when he was in high school, and says North kids are fortunate to have this option.
If you skip breakfast at home for whatever reason, whether you're just in a rush or you don't have time or it's a hassle, you can come have breakfast here. Other places, if you don't get breakfast at home, that's it. There's no breakfast for you.
While many students do enjoy the items offered, some say buyers should pay more attention to the nutrition values. High School North health and physical education teacher Beth Surigeti believes it's important to start off each day with a healthy breakfast. Surigeti says while the school cafeteria does not offer the most nutritious breakfasts, students can choose better alternatives to start off their day right.
Bagels, they're not really great, but I would say they're probably a little bit better than one of those egg sandwiches or maybe even the waffles. They also have cereal, so maybe one of the cereals with some low-fat milk would be a decent start.
Surigeti says she'd like to see some of the unhealthy breakfasts, such as waffles, scones, and sandwiches, eliminated from the cafeteria. However, she acknowledges the school is too dependent on these items to bring in revenue. A study conducted by the University of Minnesota School of Public Health showed about 12 to 24% of American students skip breakfast regularly. WebMD.com also said eating breakfast helps students avoid absences and get to school on time. WWP High School North has created an opportunity for students to start off their days right, but the cafeteria has a way to go before the menu is completely nutritional. This has been Stephen Conowitz for WWPH TV.
West Windsor's frequent rankings among the top neighborhoods in the country and the setup of a cafeteria breakfast system at High School North are both stories that play a significant role in the lifestyles of our district. Both the quality of life in local townships and the emphasis on proper nutrition are even more central in the lives of students. And with that, the truth serum has run out.
Hi, I'm Adrian Fernandez.
And I'm Siddhi Sundar.
And welcome to another edition of Tales from Grover's Mill. This episode of WWPH TV features 2 more films about the pressures of life. Although sometimes pressures can be external, sometimes the worst can be the internal and mental pressures.
Absolutely, and that's why our first film, directed by Alison Puzio, called The Art of Boxing, focuses on a kid who struggles to find the balance between his own artistic passions and the boxing ambitions his father leaves out for him. Let's take a look.
The Red Cross Club. Be a hero, save a life, the motto that the Red Cross Club community lives by. How do they do it? Well, by taking time away from themselves to take part in blood drives and teaching small children about safety and other community events. They also take part in events to raise money for the actual Red Cross organization. The Red Cross Club, a club bent on helping others.
Our next film, directed by Stephen Conowitz, is about the pressures that test taking often creates. Here's On the Edge. The two movies you've just seen were On the Edge and Art of Boxing, both movies featuring, the pressures of teen life, something that people just go through every day as they grow up.
I'm Siddhi Sundar.
And I'm Adrian Fernandez.
And thanks for tuning in to Tales from Grover's Mill.
From the West Windsor Plainsboro High School Studios, it's Sneak Peek!
Howdy, y'all. You're listening to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. I'm Brian Savino.
And I'm Jesse.
And we have Rohan Krishnan in the studio with us, as usual.
And no, we are not cowboys like Brian just suggested with that introduction.
I can say hi any way I want to.
Alright, well, there's so many things that are on our mind today. Blogging generation. Blogging has become so big these days that we just gotta talk about it.
Also, some funny news articles. Gotta keep some humor.
Yeah, and then, Bryan Singer. Ever heard of him?
I have.
Oh, okay. Well, people out there might not have, so we'll let them know.
Alright, but more
on that later.
Yes, more of that later. Right now, we have the Christine Mackin Fund, which is Plainsboro firefighters have set this up. And she was a Plainsboro resident, Christine Mackin, and a graduate of the University of Utah, class of 2009, who sadly unexpectedly died in 2010 at age 24.
And she was employed by Capitol Health System. She worked in the rescue squad, the first aid, and she was an EMT. And in honor of her memory, in honor of her life, this fund pretty much raises money for like everything she loved, such as EMT training and things like that. But anyways, I'm in the mood to beat Brianna at a game of Scrabble, so let's do this. Game break.
All right, let's go, Rohan. Come on in.
Game break.
And you're back right here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We're going to play a quick game of Scrabble. I'm going to give you 7 letters, and you will get a point depending on how many letters you used in the word you created.
All right. Sounds easy.
Let's start with Brianne with M, P, E, T, U, and O.
I'm gonna go with pet, P-E-T.
So that's 3 points.
All right, Brianne, you have 3 points.
So
Now,
do I use the same word, right?
no, you do not.
What?
You are going to move on to round 2, and you get R, A, E, E, W, H, T. Go.
Well, I'm going to spell the word wheat. W-H-E-A-T.
Good job.
Well, isn't that smart
That's
of
4
you?
points.
That's 5 points.
Wait, W-H-E-A-T. That's 5 points.
That would be 5 points. All right, Brianne, back to you.
All right.
We have round 3 with D, R, P, A, M, Y, I.
All right. Is yummy? That's not a word.
Unfortunately, yummy is not
No.
a word.
How about? There are a couple ways I could go with this. I could go map. I could go mad. I could go yam. But I'm gonna have to go with map for another 3 letters.
All right, so Brianne's now at 6, and Jesse has 5. Let's give him Brianne's original first set, which she spelled pet out of. M-P-C-T-U-N-O. Now, you can't spell pet again. That's cheating.
Okay, how about palm? P-O-M.
Is that?
I'm not sure if that's a word.
That is a word.
It's P-A-L-M.
Or mop. M-O-P.
Good job. So now you have 8, and she has 6. All right, let's go back to round 2 with Brianne. R-A-E-E-W-H-T.
I'm gonna go with heat. H-E-A-T.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And Brianne takes it away with heat. Brianne is the victor here on Game
What?
Stay tuned for
Winner.
more on 107.9 FM.
The South, united with the North. West Windsor, Plainsboro High School Radio, 107.9 FM.
Amnesty International's emblem, the candle, is a representation of hope to all the victims of human rights violation. Since the late 1960s, Amnesty International has been fighting abuses of the rights to physical and mental integrity, freedom of conscience, and freedom from discrimination. The organization began when a British lawyer, Peter Benenson, stood up against unfair treatment and gave hope to prisoners of conscience. Amnesty International, working to protect the human.
West Windsor Plainsboro High School students, bringing the school to you. 107.9 inside the district.
And welcome back to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Brian Singer, if you haven't heard his name, well, you probably don't watch many movies.
Well, because he is actually from West Windsor. He's an American film director and producer, and he won critical acclaim for his work on The Usual Suspects. That's his most famous movie.
Yep.
Also, he worked on the first 2 X-Men movies and Superman Returns.
And he's also he was director of House, which is one of the reasons why House is built, the hospital is Princeton Plainsboro Hospital. So, I mean, it's pretty awesome that he's bringing recognition back to his hometown,
Yeah,
you know?
and I mean, that's pretty huge. Like, House. Everyone watches House. It's
on Fox.
It's on Fox. Everyone sees it. That's so cool.
Yeah, so just some background information. He grew up in a Jewish household in West Windsor. He attended South and graduated in 1984. And this was when South was only one school. And
North and South.
he also attended the radio program.
Yes.
So, you know, that just means me and Brienne, or maybe me, I'm going to be a director in the future.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be, but it gives me hope if I did want to be.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty awesome that he was sitting where we were sitting. Well, not where we're sitting exactly.
Well, exactly.
But
Like,
that's
kind of.
in a way.
On the same station.
Metaphorically.
Yes. So for college, he went to New York School of Visual Arts and then transferred to USC, the School of Cinematic Arts in Los Angeles.
He comes from his family's very Hollywood oriented because he has two cousins, Lori and Mark Singer, and they're both actors. So that's pretty awesome.
That's a really talented family. I mean, it takes a lot to be.
And he was also diagnosed with dyslexia as a child. So I mean, it just shows how driven he was.
Right, because he overcame that and he was able to be.
And basically, there's no debate as to how awesome it is that Brian Singer is from South. But Brianne and I do have some things to debate about, and we are going to do that right now in Viewpoints. Let's go, Brianne.
107.9 FM, Viewpoints.
And you're back here on the Great 108 with your Viewpoints. So the Bill of Rights clearly states that the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, and people are questioning this.
Alright, yeah, I mean, I'm totally against Second Amendment because really, people are using guns for the wrong reasons. They shouldn't be allowed to hold guns when so many people can easily get a hold of them.
The guns are used primarily for protection. People aren't supposed to be running around shooting other people for no reason. It's just in case they're being attacked or hurt.
Brian, people wouldn't need protection if there weren't guns in the first place.
Yes, they would, because it's not like guns are the only ways they're being attacked. You don't need a gun to hurt someone. You need it to protect yourself.
It is way too easy to get a gun these days.
No, it's not.
And next topic, earlier this year, the United States Postal Service considered a streamlined review process to reduce the number of national post offices.
I totally agree with this. I mean, I think the post office service if we start cutting, we can save a lot of money for the country.
But why would we cut the post office? It's not like that's something unuseful. We use it a lot. It's the mail.
There are 32,000 offices in America. Come on, there's so many places where there's a post office for the small town that doesn't really need it.
Every town needs it, and it's 32,000. You said the jobs lost from closing that would only hurt it would hurt the economy even more. Even more people are losing jobs. After 7,000 postmasters were closed already.
And third and final topic, at a time when global health officials are stepping up efforts to treat obesity as a worrisome public health threat, some researchers are warning of a troubling side effect, growing stigma against the obese.
I'm pretty sure there's obviously going to be a growing stigma against obese. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, that's their lifestyle. They eat a lot, they don't exercise, so that's their choice.
There should be no stigma against a health issue. It's not like some people can control it. It's a health thing.
All right, it's not like we're discriminating against them, but we just can't pretend that their lifestyle is healthy.
But it is discriminating against them. They're treated differently just by their appearance, and that's wrong.
It's something that people can fight. It's not like race.
Yes.
This has been another edition of Viewpoints, only on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
West Windsor Plainsboro High School Radio, the voices of the future, on the air today, 107.9 FM.
Photography at North gives students the chance to take an ordinary activity and make it into something special.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Pirate Radio, Night Radio, 107.9 FM, The Flash.
This is Rohan Krishnan with your 107.9 FM School and Community Flash. West Windsor Plainsboro students have the chance to help kids with a mental challenge. The district's Shadow Buddies program allows teenagers 14 and older to assist autistic children with sports, teaching, and other motion activities. The Plainsboro Township is looking for bilingual volunteers. Both teens and adults proficient in multiple languages can help translate, speak, and write presentations for different ethnicities. The West Windsor Arts Council is hosting a series of film screenings. The organization plays movies from art house experimental to mainstream throughout the year in order to spread cinema awareness. Plainsboro Recreation Services are offering a range of summer opportunities. Children as young as 3 years old can participate in programs including sports, electives, and academics every year. Sports fans can get involved with local baseball. The Cranberry Plainsboro Little League is hiring assistants to help coach and manage WWP baseball teams. This has been Rohan Krishnan with your 107.9 FM School and Community Flash.
Last on the dial, first in your heart, 107.9 FM.
And you're back on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. So right now, we are living in the blogging generation.
Yes, we are, and I am not participating in it because I don't understand the point.
Well, the point of blogging is that you can pretty much start a website and write articles daily, weekly, monthly, whenever you want, annually, about any topic you want, like technology, sports, food.
But I feel like people wouldn't read it.
I mean, it all depends on what content you're getting. A lot of people use blogs to like when they go on vacation, they like to share things, you know.
Yeah, oh, I guess you're right, like pictures and
Yeah, I mean, I started a blog once.
And what was yours about?
Mine was about like technology because I read some of that technology blogs were really profitable.
So you're just doing what the people want to hear, I see.
I was kind of like a corrupt kid when I started blogging, and so I was just like, I want to make money out of this, but I mean.
Did you make any money?
No, I just gave up doing it.
How do you make money on blogs?
Advertisements, yeah.
All right. Well, my dad does blogs. He talks about golf courses that he plays on. I think that's kind of
and 60% of the population actually blog. And one voice of warning is you gotta watch out with blogs. They're not always true news, even though they try and like sound like true news. But speaking about news, we actually have some really odd and funny news articles that we are going to tell you right now.
Laugh track.
Alright, well, here's one headline. Most suitable umbrella for hailstones. And a woman in East China, when a hailstorm hit, she actually took a pressure cooker, put it on her head like a helmet, and everyone thought it was a great idea.
This headline is Father Picks Up Schoolgirl by Chopper. A helicopter landed at Daesu University in March and picked up a female student off the ground. It was an extremely low altitude flight, which is dangerous. Officials investigated and said the pilot was her father picking her up after school. That's a fun way to be picked up.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, that's number one dad in the world stuff right there.
Thank you, Daddy.
Another one, bird built nest and kitchen ventilator. So a woman pretty much found her kitchen ventilator filled with birds, and I don't think that's that bad of a thing.
I know, it's a nice little surprise. You get some baby birds. It's like
I mean, and besides, maybe the birds needed a home, and she's offering them a home in her ventilator.
So sweet. She just saved some little birds.
So those are just some funny news stories out there. Always love reading them.
WWPH Princeton Junction.
And thanks for tuning in to another edition of me and Brianne Sabino. I'm Jesse, of course.
Yes, and Rohan Krishnan is joining us in the studio.
Yeah, and to just recap, Brian Singer, awesome director.
Awesome.
Straight from West Windsor, born and raised.
Yes, we're living in the blogging generation.
We are. So go out and start a blog. Join 60% of the population.
Yes.
And the Christine Mackin Fund, started by Plainsboro firefighters. Great fun out there. And thanks for tuning in to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
You've been watching Sneak Peek, a look at the type of programming featured daily on the West Windsor Plainsboro High School student radio station 107.9 FM. Sneak Peek is an exclusive student production from the West Windsor Plainsboro High School TV station, WWPH TV.
Once a child actor, he's now in charge of charity for the entire New Jersey State Student Council. He sings, dances, and leads a student body. Studio 107 features one of West Windsor Plainsboro High School South's most prominent faces, Sergio Ingato. Hello and welcome to Studio 107. I'm Adam McCall here with Sergio Ingato. Now Sergio, you've been called the face of South before, and a lot of that's because you're involved in a number of things, including student council. So how'd you first get involved in that?
Well, the first time I was involved in student council was actually 6th grade, and I got involved because all my brothers did it, so I thought, okay, I'll try it, give it a try. And then when I came to high school, my oldest brother, Carlo, was a senior at that time, so I thought, why not? I'll do student council again. I've always done it, and that's the first time I became involved with student council. And then each year, that year I ran and was special assignments officer for sophomore year. Then after that, and that was the first time sophomores actually run for position. And then after that, my junior year, I became vice president, and then this year, I'm currently president.
So climbing the ranks.
Yeah, climbing the ranks.
What did you promise that got you to win the presidency?
What I promised? I think it was a smile.
Yeah, well, the smile, hey, it's winning, right? So you've also been involved in the slightly lesser known state student council?
State student council.
Could you go into a little detail?
I can. That's the NJASC, which is the New Jersey Association of Student Council. And I was the executive board member in charge of charity. And that term actually just got up in January.
Okay.
So that's when they elected a new one.
Now, how do you get that position?
You get that position by, each school is part of the NJASC. So they're like a member school. So you can actually run a student for a position. So the way you do it is you have to first decide, okay, do you want to run? Then you submit like an application, and then if you get your application in on time, you can have an interview with the board. And then they tell you what you're going to run for. So they slate the board. Then by running, you actually have to go to TC&J, and that's where our meetings are held. So our fall conference meeting, that's when you run. So I read my speech there, and the presidents of all the high schools and all the middle schools got to vote.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I got elected.
It's very impressive. So as an executive member of charity, what did you do?
Well, my job, I got to choose what charity that New Jersey gives their money to. So I went with the Spread the Magic Foundation, which is it's a foundation based in New Jersey, and it's Chad Juros actually, who came to our high school, came to South, and put on a show. And what they do is they go into hospitals, because he himself had pediatric cancer. They go into hospitals and they do shows and like keep these little kids happy.
Yeah, I'm actually involved in something similar to that, where I sort of, with a group of people my age, and we look at different charities and decide where to donate money. And it's fascinating to just see how it's out there and weigh things against each other.
Oh yeah, it was a long process because I had a book and it was of 100 charities, and I went through it and I chose 10, and then the board, we all chose the top 3. This was in there. And then they actually came and we decided on this one, and we raised $122,000 for them.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We're also named Mr. South this year during
the
competition.
Yep.
How did you win that? How did you win that competition?
The competition. It was a hard competition. It was. Well, I raised $700 for March of Dimes, and that's the second most that was raised. Alex Rohrbeck actually raised $1,700. But yeah, everyone else then was lower than that. And my talent was singing. I sang the song "Good Morning Baltimore" from Broadway's Hairspray, but I changed the lyrics to a second semester and made it about how seniors tend to not care anymore and totally lose interest and do poorly.
Well, hold on. I would like to say that I am 100% focused on my studies.
Oh yeah, me too.
Anyway, but I want to touch on the singing though, because you're also involved in the musical at South and the fall drama almost every year.
Yeah.
So, and you said your favorite role that you've actually played was Lend Me a Tenor?
Lend Me a Tenor. I played Tito Morelli. He was an Italian. He was, I spoke broken English for the part, with a thick Italian accent, and he enjoyed his Chianti a little bit too much, so he was kind of stumbling along stage. And I laid on stage, the people thought I was dead for 30 minutes, and the lights were on me. That was the hardest thing ever, because I was, if you've ever been on stage, the lights are so hot, and I was sweating so profusely, and I couldn't touch my face, and it was really hard.
Well, it's very, very impressive. We will be back to look at the past life of Sergio Engato right after this on Studio 107.
Have you ever wondered what would happen once you reach the end of space? The end of human existence on the airwaves? The end of... On the end of the dial, there exists one radio station, operated by fairly normal students at your local high schools, with 10 shows daily, weather and traffic information every 15 minutes, the latest news and sports updates, and music all day long. Some people just can't handle it. Can you handle the edge?
And welcome back to Studio 107. I'm Adam McCall here with High School South senior Sergio Engato. Now, Sergio, you are one of 5 kids in your house.
5 children.
And you mentioned earlier that your brothers helped you get involved in student council.
They did.
Now, what other influences have they had on your life growing up?
A lot. They tend to look out for me almost as a father figure, even though I have a father figure. Just they also like to tell me what to do. Not in like a do you have to do this? Not like
forceful way.
Yeah, not like go make me dinner.
Nice guy.
No, yeah, like you should do this. Like don't get involved with that. That's not good. Like watch out for me. Yeah, my brothers are. My oldest now is 25, almost 25, and he's the manager at Mediterra in Princeton, and that's Mario. And then Dante is graduating from Delaware, and then my brother Carlo goes to Bentley in next to Boston.
Okay.
Yep, and then I have a little sister who's a freshman at South. Bianca.
Now, how do you try to influence her if she's new to the whole atmosphere?
Yeah, I push her. Yeah. I do exactly, because none of my other brothers now are living at home.
Right.
So I'm the one who has to, I push her to do stuff, but I think before I was in school with her, I thought she was kind of introverted and stuff, but now that I can see her in the hallways, I see she's way more talkative than I thought she was, and she's a lot more like me than I never thought she was.
Right, you learn something new every day. Even about people you see every day.
Exactly. It was just, because I've always been close with her, but this high school has brought us even way more closer to her, which is good.
Now, you are involved in a lot of philanthropy as part of State Student Council. Were you ever doing that sort of thing as a younger person?
In 7th grade, actually, I started with, I don't know if you know Kids for Kids. It's a charity based in West Windsor, actually. And the Olgans run it, and it's a really good charity that we raise money and we do different events for kids locally, like in Trenton. We tutor in Trenton, and we do stuff in, where else we go? We go to the Laurie Haven House in Edison, and we take those kids to see a show at McCarter. We take them to Christmas Carol every year. And we also raise money to get backpacks and then give them to kids in Trenton, and they're filled, and so they don't have to worry about like buying new school supplies.
Now, you star in the plays at Sal. I don't know if you star, but you perform in the plays at Sal.
Yeah, I do.
But you were also a child actor.
I was a child actor.
In commercials and
TV,
stuff like that.
yes.
So how did that all start?
That all started because one of my brother's friends, Carlo, again a brother influence, his friend actually was involved with television. He was on Chuck E. Cheese commercials. So that Chuck E. Cheese. Haven't gotten there in a while.
A long time since I've been to Chuck E. Cheese.
So I told my mom, I want to do that. That sounds like fun. So I met with the manager and went to New York, went on countless auditions, and actually I was on a radio commercial for Kumon Learning Center. I was a mobile on the run convenience store. My face was plastered in there. There's actually a billboard of me in Puerto Rico. Because
that's fun.
Obviously, I'm Hispanic.
Can't go see it too often, but
can't say it. No. Yeah, I guess they thought my Italian skin also could pass for Latino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, actually, I was also, when I was really young, like 2 years old, in photo ads, and it's fun. It's fun to go see yourself in those pictures.
I still have. My mom had kept a lot of the posters because once they would be done, they would take them down after like 2 months, and so my mom would go and be like, "Oh, can I have these when they're done?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I have them in my house, like posters of me from when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing.
Eating hot dogs, yeah, it's fun.
Now you are going to start making some more memories at Elon University.
Elon University is where I'm going.
And you are fellows there.
I'm a fellow. Yeah, I got a fellows, which means I went down and I submitted an application, and then they selected me to do fellows weekends, like competition almost. And I went against 100 other kids, went in and out interview and all this stuff. And I got a communications fellow. There's 25 of us, so we're gonna be in class together and go to Atlanta, go to CNN. It's gonna be really good. It's actually a really good opportunity.
How did you decide on Elon?
I really like the communications program, and also the home you feel. It made me feel like South. So
South is such a different environment from everywhere else.
It really is.
Do you think that's helped you sort of grow into the person that you are?
Oh, completely. I'm so open about like everything I do. I feel like I would honestly help out anyone, and I feel like South helped me totally mold into who I am today.
All right. Well, Sergio can handle student council and he can handle the stage, but we will see if he can handle the blitz coming up next on Studio 107. And welcome back to Studio 107. I'm Adam McCall here with Sergio Engato, and it's time for The Blitz. All right, so first question, favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Top three. Moonstruck.
Okay.
Good movie. Drowning Mona and High Society.
Okay, Moonstruck. Do you like outer space, stuff like that?
Moonstruck actually is Academy Award winner. Takes place in Brooklyn.
I just like the moon. That's
the moon is good.
Yes, there we go.
Bella Luna, yeah.
So, favorite actor or actress?
Favorite actor or actress? Favorite actress, alive, Sandra Bullock. Dead, Grace Kelly.
Huh. Do you try to model yourself after anyone on the stage?
Anyone on the stage. I really like William Powell, an old actor, but he was really funny and he could do slapstick, but it was not over the top.
Okay, when you're trying to relax, kick back after a tough day, where do you like to go?
Kick back. Watch TV on my couch.
TV. Favorite show?
Seinfeld.
Absolutely.
I know every episode in and out.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best show.
You ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I have. Love it.
It's pretty much the same
Oh,
show.
it's Seinfeld. It is Seinfeld.
Now, favorite book? You a reader?
Not a reader, but favorite book. Going back, I guess I'd have to say,
Give a mouse a cookie, something like that.
Hollis Wood's fifth grade book I read in class. I've not read it since, but I remember that was good. Tuck Everlasting was also really good.
Okay.
It's elementary school reading level,
But you know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. So, who is your hero, or someone you try to be like?
Someone I admire.
Yes.
My mom.
Yeah, you know
Look
what?
up to my mom.
That's fair.
Yep.
Parents play a big role in the life.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite late night snack?
Late night snack. Ooh, I guess junk food or
anything. Whatever you eat at night. If it's an apple, that's fine. That works for me.
Okay. I'd have to say chicken cheesesteak.
Okay. Well,
I will make myself one if I'm that in the mood, or tuna.
Okay.
Do
you like to go like Hoagie Haven, something like that?
Hoagie Haven is my favorite buffalo chicken cheesesteak.
Buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten that on a pizza?
Yeah, all the time.
Is it your favorite pizza topping?
Yes, it is. Next to it, if I'm going to Vic's, which is in Bradley Beach, my favorite pizza place in the country, I like to get onions and hot peppers.
That sounds.
That is the best, but only there.
Okay.
Anywhere else, I get buffalo chicken.
So favorite vacation spot?
Favorite, Italy.
Italy.
Tuscany.
How many times have you been there?
3.
Wow.
It's my favorite.
What do you do there? What makes it so great?
We visit family. So.
Visit family. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have family only there, or spread out around some other places?
All my extended, well, in America, but other than that, Italy, yeah, I haven't been in like Rome area.
Okay, so musical preference?
Ooh, anything that's on the radio.
What's
not
going-
rap.
What's
Rap
going
is-
through your head today?
Today, I was on the way here, I was listening to Kenny Rogers, The Gambler.
So covering all your bases.
Yeah.
Okay. How about favorite place to just go during the school day?
During the school day?
Yes.
Okay, during the school day, I really like to hang out in the boys' dressing room in the new theater. No one's ever there. It's just fun to like. There's a couch in there.
Keep
If I'm
yourself some.
If I'm tired and don't have class.
Yes.
I'll stop in there and take a nap.
Yes. Only when there's no class.
Only when there's no class.
Only when there's no class. You play any sports?
Not anymore. Play lacrosse.
Okay. Favorite sport to watch?
Favorite sport to watch? Soccer from at the actual event.
If you okay, what about on TV?
On TV?
Not too much.
Not too much.
Okay, that's
maybe
all right.
maybe football.
So favorite musical?
Favorite musical?
Yes.
High Society is a musical, but not on Broadway. Favorite Broadway musical? Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I saw it 3 times.
Never seen it.
Really good.
Who stars?
Who started? It was Leo Butts.
Okay, fantastic.
Funny.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Sergio.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm always here, right? Tune in next time on Studio 107 to see who else we've got coming in.
Oink.